I'm unemployed, time is ticking, and I'm running out of money. Hi, my name is Jenna. I'm 21 years old. I'm a self-employed nail technician, and oh my god, it's a Sahara Desert out here. In this video, I'm going to do something that I should have done a long time ago, and that is putting signs up. So I've been doing my business full-time for about a month now, and I've been reaching out to prospective clients through Instagram DMs, Facebook groups, and physically handing out my business cards. However, not once did I think, no one knows what this place is.
Oh my god, what is that? Oh my god! What is that?
So for the next couple days, I'm going to make this place useful and put a bunch of signage up around my office to make this outside traffic useful for something and make more people aware of my nail studio. Did you think I would just jump in without making a meticulous plan first?
That's ridiculous.
So here is the plan. I want to put 3 signs up. One right there on the window facing outside traffic, one right here outside my door, and one right here towards the inside traffic. And I honestly have no idea what they're going to look like. Okay, I just finished designing all of my signs, all 3 of them, and here's how it turned out. I'm going to explain every one of them. So while I was doing my research, I noticed that on pretty much all of the salon signs, they say the salon name, what service they provide. So that'll be Fairy Studio, nails, they'll put walk-ins welcome, and the phone number. An example of that would be this right here that I found through the internet. Those basic signs will be the ones outside my door and on my window because I don't need much information there. I just want to show them that my business exists. So that'll be these 2 down here. As you can see, I plan to have all that information on there and just put it on a tiny little sign. I also want people to know what services I provide and how much it costs. So on the sign that is going to be right inside the building as you walk in, I'm going to put all that information there, and that will be on this little sign right here. Let me zoom this in for you. On this sign, I have the discount that I'm offering, all the 3 services that I provide, and then of course the walk-ins, my phone number, and my business name up here as well. So we're going to design that on Canva later. Making a business sign is so important. I can't believe I, for a whole month, have not even thought of doing this once, because so far outreaching just me myself through the sources that I mentioned earlier, like Facebook and Instagram, that has not gotten me far whatsoever. I feel like I didn't book a single person doing that. The only way I've actually booked people is by word of mouth, and so I feel like more people would give word of mouth if they actually saw my signs. I think people finding me is a lot better than me trying to find people, and so I want to make that as accessible as possible. I'm still posting my Instagram reels, I'm still posting YouTube videos so that people actually know that my business exists. However, these signs I think would help so much. So while for 2 out of the 3 signs I will be designing on Canva and printing out, there is one sign in particular that I really wanted to put my
personal touch into.
That is going to be this last one here, just right outside my door. Outside my door is the introduction that all my clients will have to my personal office. And to me, the environment matters so much. And that's why I like to keep this place really clean and tidy so that people know that
this is a really nice place for them.
I like to keep the TV here so that they can relax and enjoy. I like to ask them what temperature that they would like so that they really feel comfortable here, not too cold or hot. But I want their first impression to be really outside that door, just as they're coming in. And something handmade by me would really show my artistry. I like to pay attention to detail, that I like to take my time to make very beautiful things, and that they're in good hands right away. And I'm going to do the handmade sign first because it's the hardest and I want to get it out of the way. I know that this is going to take me a long time because there's so many different components. I was able to find some images on Pinterest, so here they are. These images will act as inspiration. I also have a color palette right here that I picked out because I often tend to just use all of the colors in the rainbow because I just can't pick and choose my favorite one. So I'm going to not very strictly, kind of loosely follow this color palette. Some of the things that I'm going to include is going to be hand sculpted clay lettering, as well as some felt. I love felting so much. The only downside is that I constantly poke my fingers. So I'm going to show you a little bit of my process. Hello, I just wanted to give a little bit of an update on my situation over here. I finished all the felting things, which took me like a couple days to do. This past weekend was 4th of July, and so my family had a lot of days off, and as a result I took a lot of days off, so I didn't have too much time to work on it. But today I finally finished that felting part. Now I just have the painting part to do. My plan is to paint it using just traditional acrylics and put UV resin on top just to make it pretty and shiny. For this project, I realized that I don't have any like usable brushes. Let me show you my situation. It's like
Really bad.
on all my clay pieces I like to do UV resin, but I don't know how people wash their brushes after applying it because all my brushes, they're like this.
I don't know, I just don't think this is like great for me. I don't want to do it. I want to go home. Like, I can't take the pressure of it. You don't have to take any job interview.
Even after like I try to clean it with like water and soap and oil or whatever, it still like ends up solidifying one way or another. And so this is how it is on all my brushes. Like this one, like it has UV resin on the very tippy top. In contrast, let me show you what a brush is actually supposed to look like. This is a brush that I didn't use with UV resin. And you see how the bristles all move? Yeah, big difference. I quickly went out, well, I asked my boyfriend to take me.
Because I don't drive.
I asked him to take me to Home Depot because I saw like an ad on my TikTok to get these zebra brushes from Lowe's. And so they're basically just painter brushes that come in all different shapes, and they're tiny. It's nothing too special, but I feel like whenever I get craft brushes from like Michael's or Joann's, which rip Joann's, I think they're bankrupt, I feel like they would only last me like only a couple uses because they're really bad quality. And these are also plastic, just like the craft brushes, but Maybe it's the marketing ad and how they talked about it, but I'm hoping that these one will last me a little bit better, or at the very least is easier to clean, because these are only $5 from Lowe's. A pack of 5 at like a craft store is like sometimes $10 to $15. This is much cheaper and hopefully it's much better. And I tried craft brushes from Amazon, which are like these ones, and they were horrible. And it was like a pack of 10 and they were really bad, so I'm never buying them from Amazon again. There's different type of people out there, and I think I'm just one of those type of people that just constantly destroy their brushes. Sometimes I forget to wash the acrylic out of them, and no matter what I do afterwards, my acrylic paint will forever ruin them and make them hard and unusable.
Oh, she passed away? Oh. All right.
I'm gonna be careful with these ones. These are my babies. These are my babies. These $5 babies. So the process is going to be this. I'm going to file them down to make the letters smooth, and I'm gonna paint them. I'm going to glue everything down onto the sign and then put it onto the wall. Okay, so this is what I've come up with so far, and I hate it. This is so pretty. Oh man, I have to have this on my poster. I knew I'd have to sacrifice when making this sign. It's my beautiful view of the rest of Mundelein. It's so easy. These things are so sticky. Tight. Yeah, this is the good stuff. Okay, so I have finished all 3 signs officially. It took me total like a whole week to do. I'm very slow. I've learned from this process. I wouldn't even call myself a perfectionist, because when I look at the end result of some of the projects that I work on, I'm like, how did I let that slide? Here is the last sign that I did. I designed it on Canva and I sent it out to Walgreens to print out. The reason I chose Walgreens is because the experience I had at Staples was a little bit annoying. Here's my business card. Very easy, very simple. I just asked for it to have these rounded corners, which was an option on the website, and to be centered. That's it. When I uploaded the photo, it was very centered, whatnot. I even called Walgreens and asked them to help me a little bit with that stuff, and it took them a whole month to figure it out. They had to reprint this card probably like 7 times. Like, I visited the same Walgreens like 7 times. It just kept messing up, misprinting, and a lot of times they just forgot to do these edges completely, and then I had to come back another time because it took them a while to do these edges, so I had to wait a couple hours, come back and pick them up. It was just an awful experience, and in addition to that, I had to drive all the way to the town over just to get my business cards, and doing that so many times was very annoying. But now that I ordered it from Walgreens, like, picking up that poster only took like 5 minutes. They already had it done for me. It was centered, it was fine, and it's walking distance from my office. Side by side, here are all 3 of my signs. Very exciting stuff. And I really appreciate that you stayed for the video to see a little part of my business journey. If you like this video and want to see more, please give a like, comment, whatnot. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!